to It's On Halifax with your hosts, Mark Adam and Pat King. It's On Halifax is brought to you by Maladjusted Media and Oasis on Spring Garden Road.
Yeah, hello everybody, and thank you for joining us for another week of It's On Halifax. I am one of your hosts, Pat King. You can find me on Twitter at PatKingHFX, and sitting to my right this week in the living room is...
I'm Mark Adam. You can find me on Twitter, MarkAdamHFX. We are in the living room. I'm in a bit of a transitional phase.
I like this better, personally.
You would.
It's comfy. It's very comfy.
It wasn't uncomfy in the other room.
It wasn't uncomfy. I'm just saying this is comfy. Like, real comfy.
And joining us, as always, is our controller. And I say as always, but I'm always lying.
That's true.
She wasn't here the last 2 weeks.
Sorry.
So that's Emily. You can find her on Twitter, EMJHFX. That is MJHFX. The lovely Emily Jewer.
And I wasn't here last week. We had to miss our show last week, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I got some work for the CBC. And I was doing some production assistance work, which was great. So I'm kind of been vaulted headfirst back into the film industry, so I'm trying to keep that up, which has been good. I was out at Andy Bush's cabin last night, cavorting with the likes of Bill Wood and Brian McQuarrie and all those guys.
Name dropping.
We were just having a good time. We were friends. It was fun. Drank excessively.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as you're floating around in an inner tube with a beer in your hand, it's just like the alcohol stops working. You're just sweating it all out. Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah. I can agree that is...
Oh, yes. The weather has been hot.
Oh, my God. It's been retarded.
Hot. With a capital H. Hot.
Okay. Yeah. So, when was the last episode? Bill Nye's a Badass? Speaking of hot weather, I'm pretty sure that was the last episode we did, wasn't it?
Yes, that is correct. We had Mr. Bill Nye regale us with the ins and outs of global warming.
Global warming is a fact. It is no longer up for debate. It's not a matter of politics. It is a fact. And Bill Nye laid it out for us. And we're still feeling the effects of it.
We can feel it. God, it's been brutally hot for the entire week, mostly. We were shooting in a large mansion on the south end, and it got really warm in those small rooms with all those lights. It was 38 in the shade one day.
That's gross.
I love it. I really do enjoy it.
It's gross.
Even with the humidity?
Yeah, I could do without the humidity.
Just for the record, we missed quite a bit of... Pardon me. I have the flu. For those of you that don't know, I have the flu. And also I have a cracked rib, which means that every time I cough and or sneeze, I have to stop for a second because it hurts a lot. Just so you're up to date on my situation. So if I cough and just stop talking for a second, I'll be fine. And just take a second.
Just assume he's in the fetal position and pooping himself.
He's dying.
Yes.
A little bit. It's all good. No worries. But yeah, we missed quite a few things that we wanted to talk about last week. First off, there's a Halifax street getting a makeover. And there's a vote that you can go to. You can vote on what street. Barrington Street, Gottingen Street. There's a bunch of streets in my head that could use it. I'm sorry. So we should definitely get you guys to go and have a look at those. Link is on our Facebook page. Was posted July 9th, because that's how far back we go now.
I'll repost it.
And yeah, we'll repost it to the top there. Go vote. I want to see what you guys think, and let us know who you'd vote for, what street you want to support, because it's going to get repainted, rebranded, fixed up, and I think it's a great opportunity for Halifax, to be honest. So let us know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see what's going to be picked, and to see what kind of makeover they might give it. Is it just a paint job, slapping a new coat of paint on it, or?
There's an article that we can post that has the details. And I'm not positive what they all are, but I mean, it's a really neat concept. Well, I don't know what street I would vote for. Probably Barrington Street.
I've been voting for Barrington.
Yeah.
Because it's like the main street in Halifax, and it's so run down, and it's really sad looking, and I think it needs a makeover.
The problem with voting for that is I think that it's run down because of the developers that keep buying up these properties. They're trying to get it to be run down so that people will let them redevelop it.
Right, without the historic sort of
because it's a historic
restrictions.
property. So if it gets run down enough and goes and if it breaks city bylaws, then the beautification laws in the city would make the whole redevelopment of it legal again, even though they're historic properties.
That's so sad.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, just gotta make a buck.
So I think they're trying to run it down on purpose. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
It's mildly depressing, but what do you do?
Well, it's politics,
business.
man. It's
Yeah.
politics.
What do you do?
It's not, well, business and politics are the same fucking thing.
Sadly, yes. Which that should not be the reality of it. They should be as far removed from each other as possible. But, you know.
Something else we missed the week before was Justin Bieber. You know how I'm always talking about Justin Timberlake and how I find it really hard to hate the guy?
Right.
And I've given up pretty much hating on the guy because I can't anymore. The guy's too awesome.
You have no reason.
Yeah, there's no fucking
Yeah,
reason.
you find a reason. You can't.
No.
But Justin Bieber, on the other hand...
Justin Bieber's a fucking little shit.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit. And everybody's like, oh, well, he's Canadian, you should support him. Being Canadian doesn't mean you're not a douchebag.
It reminds me of that South Park episode. It's just, Scott, he's a dick. It's the one guy in Canada who's a jerk. That's Justin Bieber.
Yeah, and did you see this video?
I did not see this video.
Basically what it is, Justin Bieber is in a restaurant kitchen, pisses in a mop bucket, and his buddy films the whole thing, saying, because the guy, like the restaurant owner's like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, you're going to remember this. If he'd peed in the washroom, you wouldn't remember. But you'll remember that he pissed in your kitchen. Yeah, I will. I'll remember how big of a douchebag he is. Because we're swag. No, you're not fucking swag. You're a piece of shit. You and all of your friends are pieces of shit, Justin Bieber.
Can we watch the video?
Yes, we can.
Hooray. I just want to see what kind of diatribe he goes off on Bill Clinton about. I mean...
Oh, well,
I don't...
It's not much. He steals a cleaning spray bottle from the kitchen as he's running up the stairs. And there's a picture of Bill Clinton. And,
Yeah, Justin Bieber doesn't really seem like the kind of politically aware kind of guy.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Alright, never mind.
What the fuck is going on with this computer? I hate Windows. I hate it so much. I hate it so... What the fuck are you doing?
It's taking a toll on everything. Everything's hot. My
Moving
computer overheated a couple of
on.
days ago and I nearly shat my pants.
Oh, there you go.
Jesus.
That's a hay for you, man. Quick little piss break, you know, quick restaurant we can get to. We swagger, man. You know, this is just a better spot to fish. That's the coolest spot to fish. You know, you'll forever remember that.
We the what?
You're not gonna remember him kissing in the restaurant. Like, everybody does that.
Hey, what are we though, bro? What are we?
We the
White kids, yeah!
wild kids.
White kids is this.
Yeah, what a tool.
Can you imagine walking
made me
into a
angry.
restaurant and just pretending like you own the place because people know who you are? Like, that's fucking...
I can't wait until some...
I fucking swear to God.
I can't wait until some just, like, regular Joe just drops him. I think breaks his orbital bone.
Yeah, so I fucking...
Somebody's gonna punch him in the face eventually.
Yeah, somebody who isn't paparazzi.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Although paparazzi, man, it's... God, I hate those people.
Oh, they deserve to be punched half the time. But
Well, Kanye West sent one guy, they had to call an ambulance. He kicked the living shit out of some paparazzo. Because he's put out a prerogative. He's not to be spoken to by paparazzi. And the last guy who spoke to him, he beat the tar out of. And people are like, oh, but they're just trying to do their jobs, and oh, I can't believe that. You have to...
Speaking of which, there's Justin Bieber after the paparazzi incident, isn't it?
He looks like a baby.
He's drunk as fuck right there.
Yeah, he really does look like a baby. Like he's got a handler, like someone's taking care of him. Like a big child.
He's just such a douche. Such a douche. Anyway, I thought that was fun. Did you get it?
Ice Ice Baby?
Yeah.
Classy.
Fucking love it.
Classy.
Yeah. We have a couple of... I love... George Takei shares the fucking coolest shit. I try and share it whenever I see really cool shit that he shares. Just as I say that, he tweeted something. From a fan, folks, we have a wiener. I want to click on that now. Just because
be weary. Awful.
It is. So what else happened this week that we missed? Oh, yeah, did you see this?
Yep.
Smiling wife filmed telling hitman to murder. The murder option was easier than divorce.
Yeah, you gotta love that. Only religious logic can do that to you.
Well, no, I think it was about...
well, she didn't want to be judged for being divorced, because divorce is not an okay deal in their circles.
You know what else isn't? Murder.
Yeah, well, apparently it's easier than embarrassing yourself.
Well, she wanted the insurance payout.
Right.
That was the other thing.
But she's just so nonchalant about it. God, the video was... It was chilling in how casual she was about the whole deal. Yeah, you know, just do it
And she was
week.
laughing about it.
Oh, yeah.
It was a little off-putting.
Yeah, well, I mean, how hateful do you have to be? Like, it's just how much of a shitty person. That's deep. That's deep-seated shittiness.
Yeah, that shittiness above and beyond is what that is. Yeah, they're... Fucking Jesus, I'm really sorry, everybody, for all the coughing I'm doing. I'm drinking tea, and I'm just trying to fucking survive.
Did you put some honey in it?
No.
Oh, it's good for you.
Also, my rib is killing me.
Yeah. Well, honey has antibacterial properties, so you drink it and it kind of clears up your sore throat. Just a little. It's good for you.
Oh, did you hear about this fucking grossness?
Yep.
Cat shot with a pellet gun shocks shelter manager. This was in Newfoundland. And I posted with the comment, no punishment is too awful for people who harm kids or animals. Because kids and animals cannot defend themselves. Like, they just can't. So anybody who abuses children or animals is the worst kind of human.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, if they've proven that it takes a deeply disturbed person to be able to do that, I mean, lacking particular empathy and, you know, a basic human emotion. And sun safety tips that you'd posted. It's a good call, because it has been rough. I evened out my tan yesterday, I think. I'm very, very pleased with it, how it turned out.
These sun safety tips aren't exactly your average sun safety tips. These ones were from The Onion. Block out harmful UV rays with giant magnifying glass.
Always sit at least 100 yards from the sun.
When applying sunscreen, get children on the beach to help those hard-to-reach spots.
UV rays can damage the corneas. Don't forget to rub a good sunscreen into your eyes.
Risk of sunscreen is especially high when swimming. Strap on a thick lead suit before entering water.
Oh, The Onion.
Instead of using our sun, sunbathe using safer, more distant star like Beta Sirius.
Stabbings, while tanning or not, are very dangerous. Avoid them.
Yes. When tanning, always alternate who's on top. I like that one. Avoid harmful UV rays. Live underground until your descendants evolve into eyeless albino mole people.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Before going outside, check the sun's strength by placing test baby in driveway for half hour. That was a good one.
You know, I've been living by a couple of these.
I like the, where is it?
Allow thick protective melanoma to grow all over your skin.
For those raised in red sun environment, yellow sun may cause superpowers. Use only for good.
Superman jokes.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm so in for that.
Tanning is safest when done in short spurts. Disrobe for just a couple seconds every few blocks while walking through town. Coat body in seagull nip. Wait for protective coat of seagulls to cover body.
Protective coat.
Anyway. Oh, those are the sun safety tips from The Onion.
Thank you, The Onion.
They've always got our back. Also, this was kind of chilling, too. Climate change is a defining issue of our generation, and I shared it last week because of the Bill Nye speech. And basically, it's this guy that plays a cello, but he plays a note for every year based on the average temperature, and it gets really quickly a lot more high at the end.
It's a good idea. It's very, very creative.
It's a creative way to really show how things have gone along, and then all of a sudden, whoop.
Very cool.
What else happened? Oh, this guy. Detroit father set up a To Catch a Predator style sting to catch a man who talked to his daughter. The guy's got brass fucking balls.
No, that's questionably legal. That's not really okay.
He caught him. He lured him to the house.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a little
caught
different.
him, and then got him to confess on video.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, at least he didn't accost him physically or anything, which most people would have no problem doing.
But yeah, he didn't beat him up.
It wasn't so much vigilantism.
Well, he didn't he got him to confess and then gave the videotape to the news.
Oh. That's actually, that's...
Is that not
that's good.
Badass fatherism?
Very nice. Ruin that perv's life. Diddle, diddle, diddle. How old is his daughter?
15.
And 15 is close enough.
But the kid that the kid that the guy he caught was 22 or something.
Oh,
it's illegal.
Yeah, but it's like pot illegal.
Wait, but the guy just talked to his daughter?
Online, but then came over to his house to have sex.
He came with condom in his pocket, and I have a video of him saying, "I came to have sex with your daughter."
How old Ariel is? Yes, I know how old Ariel is. How old is Ariel? She's 13. I'm 22.
Caught in the act, Antoine Martin believes he saved his daughter's innocence. He set up a sting operation after he noticed inappropriate messages on his 13-year-old's Facebook page.
Just like I suspected, he escalated and went from just talking to her, being big brother, quote-unquote type, to saying that he wanted to be her secret boyfriend and that he wanted to have sexual relations with her. How sexy
that's
she
greasy.
was.
The Martin family met.
So he caught this kid and made him confess on video.
That's not okay. 13 is not old enough.
No,
that's
I agree.
Terrifying.
I know. It was anyway. I thought that video was awesome, so that's why I said this father has brass ones.
Well, and he did it in such a great way too. I mean, it was just talking, and that was it. And brought this guy to justice without any kind of violence or anything. It was pretty
How
straight
old
up.
is she? 13. How old are you? 22. And then later on the video, you'll
And
see
you don't
him
see
say,
anything wrong with that.
but later on the video, it'll show him, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but he's like, please don't give this to nobody. Please don't tell nobody. I'll never do this again. Please don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. He just didn't want the video to get out. And the father was like, fuck that. This video going on fucking news.
You rapist.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, fuck. It grossed me out, but at the same time I was like, yeah, you go, man. Fuck yeah.
Some people, who was I reading about that does that? I think it's like Shaquille O'Neal or something. There's some celebrity who goes online and just as kind of a hobby lures these potential rapists and traps them to catch a predator style. Just killing time, doing some good. It's like volunteering at the shelter or catch some perverts. It's like,
Whoa. Shaquille O'Neal? That's a potential?
Yeah.
Who is he? Is he who did it, or you think he might be?
I think he might be the guy who does it, just like on his off time.
Imagine thinking you're going to like pick up this 12-year-old girl that you were so excited to fucking, come and be illegal with, and then there's fucking Shaq who can probably palm your face.
I don't think he was ever the guy waiting, but he would just go online and
no, but it's way funnier
do
to
the
picture
chatting.
it the
I
other
know,
way.
right? Just this
Just
massive
Shaq
black dude.
just standing there.
Oh god.
Wrong room.
What have I done?
No, it ain't.
I'm gonna need you to have a seat. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I love this super soaker that you posted on the
I had one of those.
page. Oh yeah, everybody had one of those. Who are you kidding?
Oh man, it took forever to pump up though.
I know.
When I was a
The
kid,
AK-47 of water weapons.
when I was a kid, my cousin got one of those ones that had like the backpack.
Mm.
Except he was about like 6 or 7, and the backpack full of water would like tip him over because it was just so damn heavy.
It's gallons of water. It's a lot of water.
Yeah.
Does that seriously say $350?
Probably.
What?
In 2013, it's vintage.
Hey, Lex.
They don't make that shit anymore, man.
That's true. That's true.
And I had the belt that went with it, that you could store like a whole bunch of those cartridges.
Awesome.
It was awesome. It was my favorite. So that was pretty awesome. This also happened. D&D confirms chopper mishap at Shearwater. So Shearwater base across the harbor there, just in Eastern Passage. One of the helicopters, a Sea King, just fucking tipped over for no reason.
Just fell out of the sky.
While the propeller, it was already on the ground. Like it landed, but then it tipped over. Because they're fucking old and blah, blah, blah. Propeller was still going. It hit the ground. Fucking shit went everywhere. Destroyed the side of a building. Nobody was hurt. But I think that Harper's got to stop fucking stalling on the whole new helicopter thing. We've been promised them for, 20 years now that they were coming?
Yeah, the Canadian military needs to get its shit together.
I remember when I was a fucking kid, I went to the air shows and all that stuff, and I remember back then that we had a deal with, I think it was Sikorsky, to make new helicopters for the Canadian military. And then they got pushed back, and then it got pushed back, and then it got pushed back.
It's all just political grandstanding, really.
Oh, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's because, Halifax. We have the best politicians ever.
Oh, yeah. I know.
They're all so honest and loving.
Well, you know what? So far, I've been pretty impressed with Savage.
True enough. True enough.
And I don't say that lightly. Like I'm not easily impressed by politicians in general. So I've been pretty impressed with Savage so far. He's taken all the same stances I have on stuff. And the other part of the other thing I like about him is even when he hasn't taken the same stance as I have, he has taken a stance.
Yeah, I mean he comes out and intelligently explains his political platforms. He's got a reason for doing everything.
Let's say the Chris Brown thing.
Yeah. Any
mayor before him, Peter Kelly included, would have said, I don't like to get involved in minor business, this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah.
But then, Savage was like, I wasn't involved in the beginning. If I had been, I'd have told him no. I don't particularly care for it. The idea of him performing here makes me sick, but the contract's signed, so what are you going to do?
I find it really interesting that such a kind of grassroots movement has started against him. My God. And it's awful. I think 3 or 4 sponsors already?
4 major sponsors. Rogers dropped. The salon place, the National Salon Chain or whatever, they dropped. It was Rogers that dropped them. Molson dropped out. And... Fuck, who was the 4th?
He's got to feel pretty shitty at this point.
I hope he does.
Yeah.
Also, in the middle of all of this, he was involved in a hit and run, which violated his parole.
How is he even allowed in the country?
Well, they're trying to figure out if he is.
Oh, yeah.
So the concert may not be happening for a totally different reason.
Because he breached his contract.
Yeah. Yep.
Ah, good times. Celebrity shenanigans.
And someone was trying to tell me, well, if he can't come, then Rush shouldn't have been able to come. And I'm like, what?
That isn't... What?
Because Alex, the guitarist...
Alex Lifeson.
Yes,
Yeah.
which isn't his real name, but I can't pronounce his real name. He was arrested because his son was involved in an altercation and he jumped in to try and stop a couple of cops from beating up his son.
Right.
He got his ass handed to him by these cops and was accused of assaulting an officer.
That's
So-
very different than beating your girlfriend.
Yeah.
He was
A
also
lot different.
acquitted of all charges.
Yeah.
And then he sued the cops and won. Like they settled.
So
out of
who was
court
trying
with
to
him.
tell you that he shouldn't have been allowed in Canada?
Well, it was like, oh, he beat up a woman cop. Was what they said. It's like, no, he stopped a cop, whether it was a woman or not, it never said in the report. But he stopped a cop from beating his kid, and then he got his ass handed to him. But like I said, then he sued the police department
well,
and won.
I saw people having discussions as well, like that anybody with a record of drug abuse or anything like that, well, we shouldn't have them because they're not, Chris Brown didn't, I'm like, you
Then
can't
no one
equate-
is ever going to play here because
Yeah, exactly. You can't equate like an alcohol-related charge.
Music
with
wouldn't exist.
beating the piss
Basically.
exactly
The
right.
music industry would as we know,
most
would
of the
disappear.
arts industry wouldn't exist, frankly.
Yeah, let's be honest. Art is a drug-fed thing. That's just how it is.
It's delicious.
Oops. So what else? Oh, this happened. This made me laugh my ass off. Twitter loses its damn mind after Mark Anthony sings "God Bless America" for the MLB All-Star
Oh, this
Game.
was awful. Oh, I read some of these tweets, and it's just the level of ignorance is astounding. I mean, it's jaw-dropping how fucking stupid some of these people can be.
Yeah, he's American. Like, he was born in America.
Yeah, he's a
His
New Yorker.
parents, but his parents are Puerto Rican,
Which is
a-
American.
yeah, it's not a state, but it's a U.S. province. I think they call it.
Or is it territory?
I can't remember what the wording is on it, but it's American. It's owned by
Yeah.
America. They use American dollars. Like, they can travel to the States without a passport. They're American.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, yeah.
But anyway, he was born in New York.
Mm-hmm.
He was born in New York.
Born and raised, yeah.
But then all these tweets were like, I can't believe it. What was it? Nothing like having a Mexican sing "God Bless America" for the All-Star Game. What the fuck?
It's just like this, the layers of ignorance in that one fucking
First
comment.
of all, he's Puerto Rican, which is it one of the? It says, oh, born and raised in New York, which is one of the 50 states in America. So he's
Even if he
of-
was born in Puerto Rico, it's still pretty much American.
yeah, but he was born in New York and raised in New York. Like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of makes me laugh on the inside.
Welcome to America, where "God Bless America" is sung at our national pastime by a Mexican.
I like where he scrolls down and the writer of the article reminds some of these Twitter commenters. He goes, yeah, well, I mean, not to mention the fact that "God Bless America" was written by like a 70-year-old
A Jewish
immigrant.
guy from Belarus.
Yeah, there you go. A Jewish immigrant.
Why the fuck is a spick singing "God Bless America"? Like,
Yeah,
come on.
see, that's just racist. That
The United States was founded by immigrants.
No one is officially American except for the Native Americans.
yeah, I love that. Like,
Whom they
you
treat
Americans.
worse.
Exactly.
No.
America! Mark Anthony singing "God Bless America" at the MLB All-Star Game. Am I the only person that finds that un-American?
Well, because
Unfortunately,
no.
no.
It's not like 90% of the entire fucking major league is in Puerto Rican or Cuban or
Dominican.
Japanese, for whatever. Like 90% of the entire MLB probably not American.
So this guy comes to the defense. Note to the hateful on Twitter: "God Bless America" was written by a Jewish immigrant from Belarus. Get over it already. Not only that, but Mark Anthony is not foreign. He's born and raised in America. from Puerto Rican parents. Puerto Rico's part of the United States.
And, you know, it's also the best-selling salsa artist of all time.
Of all time.
So, you know.
Of all time.
To me, that's kind of impressive.
So, I love this. So, to recap, Mark Anthony likes to sing, dance, and wear shiny suits. He's also American and can sing God Bless America in packed stadiums or at home in New York, and it's totally cool. You might even say it's quintessentially American.
It
which
really
is fucking awesome. America! That's all I gotta say about that. It's just fucking...
We wouldn't even have a show if America didn't exist.
I know, none of this would be, none of this would happen anywhere else.
So much what the fuck going on.
I know, half the fucking shit on here is what the fuck. Anyway, let's take a break, and we'll be back in a little bit to talk about more bullshit.
I love bullshit.
Bullshit!
You want your special day to be just right, right? Well, so did I. I called Maladjusted Media, and all the little details took care of themselves. An audio-video setup, photographer, and even a videographer, all working as a team to capture the memories I cared about. Oh, and I saved a bundle by getting them all in the same place. You should try it.
Visit us online, maladjustedmedia.ca.
Oasis, epic sports pub, where you don't have to spend a lot to get a lot.
Hey, it's Jeff from My Living Will. You're listening to It's On, Halifax.
What's wrong with you, cat?
No. It's hot. Speaking of which, I have to get home and feed my cat.
He's just hot. That's all it is.
Yeah. My cat's been doing the same thing. He's meowing constantly.
Well, you covered everything on Facebook. Do you want to go do this day in history?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We got through everything on Facebook, really.
We skimmed. I thought there was going to be more because it was 2 weeks worth, but I remember how lazy I was last week.
Meow. Come here, you jerk. Are you gonna die?
I fucking cannot stop coughing.
I don't want
It's
you to.
driving me
I don't
up
want you
the
to.
fucking wall.
I don't want you to die.
I couldn't sleep last night. That's how much coughing I was doing. Oh, I was so pissed.
It's gonna be really hard if I have to do the show alone.
My attempt at not dying is not working well. I think when we're done here, I'm going to have to go to the drugstore and buy fucking stupid stop coughing drugs.
Oh, we should get twisted on cough syrup.
You have a problem.
Don't knock it till you try it, man.
That's what she said.
Back in 20 seconds. 10. 5. 4. 3. 2.
Welcome back to the second half of our show.
We've got plenty more show for you here on the show.
We have no idea what we're going to be talking about now. We've pretty much run out of everything.
You seen any good movies lately?
No. Movies.
Pacific Rim. We need to see Pacific Rim.
I want to see it. It looks like it's literally just showing off of somebody's CGI abilities.
Which is awesome. Giant fighting robots.
Yeah.
I'm not going into it with expectations aside from watching a giant spectacle.
Yeah, I heard the acting is awful and the storyline doesn't exist, but it's aliens fighting giant robots.
Charlie Day is supposed to be really good in it. Idris Elba as the lead is supposed to kill it.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's on the fast track to an Oscar, I think, pretty soon.
Yeah. I don't know if you've watched the BBC show Luther.
I haven't, no.
It's really good. It's like a crime show. He plays a cop who investigates murders, and it's pretty dark, and but really, really, really good.
I'm in for dark. I like dark. Oh, and we've got this day in history for you. Let's see what happened on July 21st in years gone by.
Thank you for checking the date on that. Even though it says it right there.
I know. I just needed to.
Having the crack. The first major battle of the U.S. Civil War began this day. That was in 1861. It was the Battle of Bull Run at Manassas Junction. Sorry, that's Virginia. Sorry, I don't know my state acronym or state. What are they called? Abbreviations.
Yes.
Very well. But VA is Virginia. So that happened, and the Confederates won the battle. So there you go. That was a thing.
That was a thing.
The monkey trial ended in Dayton, Tennessee.
The Scopes trial.
He was convicted of violating state law for teaching Darwin's theory of evolution. The conviction was later overturned. That, by the way, being the story that Inherit the Wind.
Yes. Yeah, they made a great movie about it with Gregory Peck.
Well, yeah, it was a stage play.
And a really good play.
Yeah, it was a stage play they turned into a movie, and it was really well done. Yeah. And it was actually just done last year or the year before at Dartmouth Players.
Really?
Last summer, I think.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I missed it, but I hear it was very good. So that's actually huge as far as history is concerned. He was convicted of violating state law by teaching the theory of evolution, which later was proved correct, but in Texas is still, I think, against the law.
Yeah, it's still a problem. I can't believe it's still a problem. But
the conviction was later overturned, but he was actually convicted.
I like that in 1940, Lithuania, Estonia, and Latvia were annexed by the Soviet Union. You ever hear Latvian jokes?
No.
Oh man, Latvian jokes slay me. What did one potato say to other potato? Trick question. Who have two potatoes? Those are Latvian jokes.
That is awesome.
It's especially good with the accent.
Well, yeah, you have to have the accent. I mean, a man is waiting on river with boat. He have dog, body of dead son, and potato. He may only take two, because if he leave dog with body, dog eat body. If he leave dog with potato, dog eat potato. So, is very, very sad, and also is really bad boat. That's the joke. A little bit of anti-comedy for you there.
Yeah, that sounded like an anti-joke Apple kind of joke. Like,
I fucking love Latvian jokes, though.
I'm gonna look some of those up after.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Secret police. You're coming with me. We taking potato.
I don't know if this is racist or not, but I like it. It's
I don't
bad.
even know if Latvia is still a place. Doesn't even matter. Fuck them.
Wow, Latvia is very much a place. They have a hockey team.
Oh, shit.
That makes them a place.
I wonder if they just feed them...
I wouldn't know that they were a place, for sure, unless they had a hockey team, but they do. They do.
Latvian jokes. Check them out.
Every, like, third or fourth year, they'll show up in the A pool. It's pretty good for them.
Yeah. They've got nothing but ice and sticks.
Well, then they get their ass handed to them by, like, Canada, Russia, Finland, Sweden.
Well, I mean, you can't run an entire fucking hockey team on potatoes and expect them to win. It's eating potatoes all the time.
I think the potatoes done. What else happened? Pardon me. 1944. American forces landed on Guam during World War II.
Always with the wars and whatnot.
Well, they're the most notable things. I am fucking dying, people. I'm sorry. I apologize if it's hurting your ears as you listen to this. I am dying. I'm trying really hard not to.
To die?
Not to die. Also not to cough, because it feels like I'm dying. Cracked rib plus coughing is the worst thing ever.
I'm telling you, we should have got you just baked on cough syrup before we started the show. I would love to see that.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, it's like being drunken on Ambien at the same time. It's just, you would not handle that. I feel like you wouldn't handle that well.
What wouldn't I handle well?
Getting drunk on cough syrup.
I feel like you're probably right. I would not handle that well at all.
Although I might have to slip it into your fruit punch just to see. Just purely for my own entertainment.
No.
No.
Let's see. What else happened?
A black lady won at tennis.
What?
Althea Gibson became the first black woman to win a major U.S. tennis title when she won the women's national clay court singles competition in 1957.
And now it's dominated by two black women.
Yes. Yes, it is. Or just really hot Swedish women. Or, Eastern European.
No, the U.S. tennis title.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I just have a hard time not judging women's tennis on how attractive they are.
Well, half of them are retarded hot, and the other half are really not.
It's almost, I don't know, it's hardly a real sport. I'm just kidding. Tennis is a really hard sport.
That is a very difficult sport to play.
Tennis. I joke, but really, any of those women would just run circles around me.
Oh yeah, they're in way better shape than either one of us put together.
Incredible.
Draft registration began in the United States for 19 and 20-year-old men in 1980. I don't know what that means.
In 1959, a U.S. District Court judge said in New York ruled that Lady Chatterley's Lover was not a dirty book. That's very important to me.
I don't know what that is either.
Involving censorship. They're banning books in any capacity, even though if they are, naughty, little dirty. It's always a win when censorship fails. Censorship by the state.
Okay. I believe that censorship should be handled by the parents of the child.
Yeah, and also, where would I be if I couldn't have rented that book out from my school library and masturbate to it furiously as a 13-year-old?
Less creepy right now? That's
Okay.
where you'd be.
Okay, that's fair.
Okie dokie then. Moving on, what else happened that wasn't creepy in I shouldn't say U.S.
A
history.
golfer did something, because who cares? Golfers.
What?
Why is golf
Arnold Palmer became the first golfer to make $1 million in his career earnings after he tied for second place at the PGA Championship.
It baffles me that people can make $1 million playing a rich white guy sport. You don't even have to get your fucking pants dirty. It's sad. Golf's stupid. Golf is made to get drunk. That's it.
The other day, like I cracked my rib playing soccer on Saturday of last week, and on Sunday I went golfing.
Golf is an elaborate rich people drinking game.
Well, after 8 holes, I couldn't lift my arm.
Yeah.
It's also. Have you played like an actual round of golf?
No.
It's way harder than it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
You're sore after playing. I played 18 holes when I was home, and I was sore the next day. My arms hurt. Quite a bit.
Insert joke about how many holes and how sore. All right.
One day maybe I'll go, and then I'll just have to stop shitting on people who golf for a living.
What? Yeah. Well,
I don't feel
if
like
you do it for a living, like
I don't feel like golf.
Power to you.
I don't feel like golf would take a lot out of me considering I box. It's like it's like do a real sport.
And Lex has joined us on the couch.
Meow. Yeah, he's a good fella. There you go.
Welcome to the program, Lex.
Oh, that's brutal. 1998, Chinese gymnast Sang Lan, 17, was paralyzed after a fall while practicing for the women's vault competition at the Goodwill Games in New York. Spinal surgery 4 days later failed to restore sensation below her upper chest.
Wow.
That's shitty.
That sucks the bag.
Yeah.
That is not
That's
good.
super shitty. Just that, everyone jokes about, oh, you're going to fall and break your neck. Yeah, that when it happens.
That's a major reality.
Yeah, it is.
In gymnastics and a lot of in cheerleading.
Yeah.
People
any kind of tumbling, really.
Yeah, people shit on cheerleading a lot, but it's not regulated by any official body of whatever.
Right.
And so there's no safety precautions when it comes to those girls.
Oh no,
people are regularly paralyzed during that sport.
There are YouTube compilations of cheerleading fails, and some of them are just cringe-inducing to watch.
Yeah.
You
anything where you're flipping around,
the first thing that comes to mind is that person is dead or is going to be talking with a lisp for the rest of their life, or they're just somebody gets fucked up.
Gross.
It's lovely.
What the fuck? NBC announced that they had found nearly all of Milton Berle's kinescopes?
Yeah, kinescope. It's kinescope is a very primitive version of movies, essentially. It's almost like a magic lantern. Have you ever seen those? They have an image on the inside of a cylinder and slots, and you spin it. Yeah, that's what
the film recordings of Berle's early TV shows had been the subject of a $30 million lawsuit filed by Berle the previous May.
That's interesting.
Huh.
Kinda cool.
Okay. White House officials were briefed on the September 11 Commission's final report. The 575-page report concluded that hijackers exploited deep institutional failings within our government. The report was released to the public the next day.
I feel like that's deep institutional failings. That's kind of doublespeak.
Yeah, we fucked up is what they were saying. We done fucked up real bad.
Oh, the 2007, the seventh and last book of the Harry Potter series was released, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
That came out when I went to visit my first boyfriend during the summer after university. And I got there and the book came out, and then I spent almost the entire time I was at his place reading it.
Oh, you're such a nerd.
Yeah. And you know what? He was totally fine with it because he was reading the other books at the same time. It was like the nerdiest couple ever.
At least it didn't cause tension.
Yes.
Bonding over a love of Harry Potter. I really have to go back and watch all those movies. People just fucking love Harry Potter.
You know what? I watched all the movies, I think, but I don't really give a shit. Like, I could take or leave.
Yeah, I mean, I ask a little bit more from my fantasy books, and I feel like with Harry Potter, it's kind of a lot of
was
people,
for kids. Let's be honest. Like it was,
but it aged really well.
Yeah, but I mean, it was made so that anyone could enjoy it, but so that kids in particular could enjoy the books.
Yeah, like, and I mean, it grew up with its audience, and
exactly.
shit got real, and people started dying. And
the reason that there are so many like older Harry Potter fans is because it's like my generation or our generation who grew up with them. Like
Yeah.
I was 11 when the first book came out.
Yeah.
So that is where the audience kind of comes from.
Yeah, I feel like I couldn't really make it through the first book. It was too kind of kiddish for me, even back then. I mean, when it first came out, and I was.
I haven't read the books.
Teens.
I just don't care enough about the story to read the books.
No, I still got a lot of reading to do. And
Which made me laugh. Like people who got upset in the theater, they're like, "That's not what happened in the book. That was different." It's like, who the fuck cares? I didn't read the book. Like, I'm enjoying this, so shut up. I mean, they weren't awful movies. They just like.
Whenever they make a movie from a book, I try to separate the two when I go see the movie.
Well, you have to. I was having this discussion with somebody yesterday. And, I mean, you have to... Well,
that said, The Lord of the Rings was
to.
pretty fucking close. Like, there were some things they changed, clearly, because American audience...
They fit a lot of it in there, though. A lot of it.
Well, and...
That's because they're, like, 3-hour movies.
But J.R. Tolkien... His writing described everything.
Yeah.
Like, the leaves and the way they moved,
well,
the grass and the way it was moving.
It was an exercise in world building. He originally used it as a framework to design his own languages. He was a linguist, and he fully realized the Dwarven and Elvish languages and everything like that, and he just needed to put them in a setting. So he made this world to put those languages in.
Have you ever read the Silmarillion?
No.
It's essentially the Bible of Middle Earth.
It's fucking boring.
It is. Oh my god, it's hard to read. This person begat this person begat this person. It's like reading the fucking Bible.
And some people know it inside and out. Have you ever watched Stephen Colbert talk about the Lord of the Rings?
No.
It's incredible. The guy's an encyclopedia of Lord of the Rings knowledge. He actually visited the set in New Zealand to do a day player type deal. And they did a little... because they had a person on set who was supposed to be the resident Lord of the Rings scholar, like a Tolkien scholar. And they had a little trivia contest between Colbert and this person, and he just slayed them. He killed them. And they wanted to hire him on as the resident Tolkien expert. You watch it sometime. It's mind-boggling what he does. He, like, all those begats, he's memorized them all.
Well, yeah, no, but Colbert is a different fucking breed.
Yeah, he's cut from quite a unique cloth. That man.
Yeah, agreed. And but I mean, that said, like I said, well, going back to the whole point, like Tolkien described everything to a T. So when they go to make a movie of it, they know exactly what everything should look like. So you go to watch it, and you're like, that's what it looked like, because everyone had the same picture in their head.
Well, and
it's very different if you go see something that C.S. Lewis wrote, because C.S. Lewis left a lot of the descriptive stuff to your imagination. So like the shape of things is different in everybody's head. When a sound is made, it makes a different sound in everybody's head. So like you go to watch something, and it's really the interpretation of the director, and you're going, that's not how I pictured it at all. So you do really have to separate the book from the movie.
Well, Tolkien's estate was never really impressed with the movies, as much as people loved them. His son basically said that his father wouldn't really have been satisfied by any attempt to make those movies, because I mean they originally tried to do it animated a bunch of times, and
I remember
was the only way they ever
when
felt.
The Hobbit came out.
That was the only way they ever felt that they could do it justice, because it was so fantastical.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I own the extended edition of The Lord of the Rings on Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, I've done the old let's try and watch all of the extended edition Lord of the Rings movies in one day and just fail miserably.
Oh, I've done it once. I didn't. Yeah, I definitely was not dating anyone at the time. I had nowhere to be. But yeah,
just hanging out.
All by myself.
Dancing with myself.
The last one on this day in history, just to finish that off, Space Shuttle Atlantis landed at Kennedy Space Center in Florida in 2011. It was the last flight of NASA's Space Shuttle program. So there you go.
Boo.
That rounds out our This Day in History for July 21st. How are we doing for time there, Em? 10 left? Nice.
Hooray!
Hooray. So we got 10 minutes to talk about whatever you want, Pat.
Oh, whatever I want.
I want to talk
Oh, dear God.
Well, you shouldn't... Oh.
Who made tea? I made that tea. Holler. Oh, that has to be Melissa at Tim Hortons.
Holla!
Yeah. She saw me drinking the cup of Tim Hortons tea that I had bought down there. She actually made that tea. That's true. And now she's watching our show. How lovely is that?
Shout out to all our friends at Tim Hortons. God,
Yes.
we love you.
Oh, you put the caffeine in my life.
I need it to live. I need that. What would I do? What would I do without you?
What time is it? Wow, it's 1:10. It's good times. This is. I'm so sorry about last week, everybody.
Why?
Well, about not having a show.
Well, and we were trying to find a guest host. We should definitely line up some guest hosts just in case.
Oh, I agree. And we're actually gonna. We have a few guests.
We need to catch up with Garrick Ord, I think.
Yeah.
Background
But
noise.
we got
It's been
a guest lineup working on for the fall. I think this.
Summer's always kind of lazy. And
Yeah, summer's super lazy, and that's cool. But you realize we're coming up on a year, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna have a celebration of
Yeah.
some sort.
It was August 5th or August 6th, whatever the Sunday was last year that we did this. For the first time, actually. So that was that was the Olympics were on at the time. So that's
I forgot the Olympics were on last summer.
yeah,
I don't think I watched anything.
yeah.
I don't remember
I don't have
seeing much of
cable.
the Olympics either.
Because I remember talking about how excited we were about the guy that had no legs that was running.
Oh
In the
yeah,
actual
but didn't he
Olympics.
just get like convicted or like, I don't know, of
Arrested.
murder? Yeah, arrested for murder.
murdering his girlfriend or whatever.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we didn't know that then though.
No.
No. At the time, he was our hero.
been a lot
Now
of
he's
that.
kind of a zero.
There's been a lot of that going around.
A lot of murdering your girlfriend.
Well, a lot of athletes, famous athletes, murdering people. Who was
Sometimes
that-
in the
that-
water.
that player
Hernandez?
Aaron Hernandez. I guess they took him out of the new NFL game, the new Madden game. That just scrubbed his existence from the fucking thing.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. That's what he deserves.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
He's going to jail for quite a while now.
Oh yeah, yeah. He straight up just shot a guy in the face.
It's multiple murders that
What?
he's being charged with multiple.
Oh, and that I did not know. I thought it was just the one.
No, look it up.
Yeah, apparently he's been into some serious gang banging going on. Yup. Football players, man. When they snap, they don't go halfway.
Yeah, there's no like half measures with them apparently. Hold on, Hernandez. I think I'm just gonna put in that Hernandez. See what comes up. Media seek access to more Hernandez documents. Former football tight end. It's already updated on Wikipedia.
Former.
Those Wikipedia people are like super fast. And things happen and it's up there within seconds practically.
Just trying to find out.
Oh, there you go. Hernandez has been charged with first-degree murder and 5 firearms-related charges. Also been investigated regarding several other instances of violence, including multiple murders in both Florida and Massachusetts. Brutal.
Boston double homicide. Murder of Odin Lloyd. Florida shooting lawsuit.
I'm gonna go back. The Gainesville bar fight. Well, the amount was due to pay.
He refused to pay his bill because he disagreed with the restaurant employee over the amount. You make how many $1 million a year, you fucking moron?
Yeah, isn't that... Like, I hate to hear that. Rich people being dicks about having to pay for something. Like, go fuck yourself.
I have money, so I shouldn't have to spend it. That's fucking tweaked.
Yeah, I should get things for free because I'm awesome and make millions of dollars.
Hernandez release automatically forfeit his salaries.
Ugh.
Which were not guaranteed. $19.3 million he lost out on. Plus, he's going to jail. He's going to go get raped.
I don't know. He's still a pretty terrifying dude.
Yeah.
He's a big man.
Let's put him in jail and see how that works out.
Yeah, he's going to get shanked.
EA Sports announces that Hernandez's likeness would be dropped from its NCAA Football 14 and Madden NFL 25 video game. 25?
Yeah, 25. There's been a lot of Madden games.
Has it been 25 fucking years of Madden?
25 years of Madden. Isn't that mind-boggling? One has come out every single year.
You know what? There was a football game that came out there a couple years ago called, side note, by the way, it was called ESPN. ESPN football, or whatever, was way better than Madden that year. So the next year, Madden bought it.
Yeah, they would do that.
Like EA bought the rights to the franchise for however much they paid for it, and then didn't make a game.
I can't wait.
And released Madden.
I bought so many games on the Steam summer sale this week. I must have spent $40 or $50 on games. I must have bought a half dozen or more games. It's just obscene how cheap they are. It doesn't even make sense. I picked up Monaco, and I picked up Deus Ex Human Revolution, Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition.
Baldur's Gate, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, they remade it, and updated the graphics and extended a lot of the missions and whatever. I'm really waiting for them to do Baldur's Gate 2, because that is my single favorite game of all time.
What was it? Baldur's Gate 2 was, something about ice.
Icewind Dale.
Icewind Dale, yeah.
Was one of the expansions.
Yeah.
Also, the Firefly role-playing game comes out at the end of the month. In about a week, I should be receiving my copy. I'm very, very excited. Emily is freaking out on the couch right now because she's really excited to play. And we've got a wonderful, wonderful group. I can't wait to play. So we've got 4 people so far. And most of them are theater or film people. So a lot of people who are kind of new to RPGs, but at the same time not new to role-playing and acting and things like that. So I think it's going to be outrageously fun. And I can't wait.
Well, I'm excited about that whole prospect. Will
we be breaking your role-playing cherry?
No, I played a little D&D in high school.
Doesn't mind though.
What's that?
Never done it before.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So Emily's the
RPG
role-playing, yeah. It's gonna be, which is that's a really weird thing to happen, considering most of the people playing them are virgins. I joke because I love. I was that guy once.
Yeah, high school was tough for nerds.
Nah, really.
I was a hybrid in high school.
Yeah, me too.
Because I played sports, and so, you know, my being a nerd was like this thing where people were just like, whatever. He also plays hockey and soccer, and
I was like full on freaks and geeks. I sold pot, so I was one of the cool rebel kids, but I played D&D and hung out with all the super nerds too, and like I was kind of cool but kind of crazy and kind of just a wild card. Wild card.
We're wild kids, yo.
Oh God.
Fuck Bill Clinton.
Stop it! You're making me want to pee.
Out of rage?
Yes.
Towards Justin fucking Bieber?
I wish that happened to me when I got angry. I just started peeing everywhere. Some kind of defense mechanism.
Like a gibbon skunk combo.
Yeah. Start urinating at people. Sorry. It was a long night. I finally remembered what it was. I was talking to Brian McQuarrie last night, and we doubled over laughing, and we were talking about doing the Deadliest Warrior type things, but just with animals and making computer simulations. Who would win?
Set out to demonstrate PMC Sierra's professional grade engineering.
Who would win between a velociraptor and a lion?
Velociraptor.
See, that's what I said. But what about a silverback gorilla and 12 badgers?
Badgers are fucking...
Silverbacks are really strong, though.
Yeah.
I would say the gorilla.
Yeah.
See, that's...
Well...
How fucking cool would that be, though?
But 12 badgers?
It's a lot of badgers.
They're fucking vicious.
But they're small.
But they're vicious.
Brian and I were just
I feel like they would run from the gorilla.
Well, we just imagined that it took 3 rounds for them to do anything. Like, the silverback gorilla would just be standing there scratching himself, and the badgers would just be growling, and then the rounds would end, and then the third round would just cut to the silverback gorilla just covered in badgers, not having moved. Like, yeah, it was. We were pretty drunk.
It sounds like, but that sort of stuff, like, that sounds like it's Brian McQuarrie's.
Well,
like that's what he does.
He's doing an improv class now that I might very strongly consider
That'd be
going
fun.
and doing. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a whole lot of fun, and being around all those people last night and having fun, whatever. Like, we just did weird stuff. We had Christmas in July. We unwrapped presents, and we did the countdown for New Year's at midnight. Yeah, it was a good time. But you get into conversations with these people, and it almost turns into an improv sketch, and you're like, this is fun. This is great.
Yeah. I think we've actually come to our time.
Good. I can sit around sweating more.
I know. I just before we started the show, I was dripping sweat to the point where, like, I think I may have ruined my carpet. Like, that's how much sweat. But
that flu sweat.
Anyway, I'm gonna go lay down now and curl into a ball and pray that this stops. I hope you guys have a good week. If you find any funny, weird, random shit, share it to our Facebook page. We're always looking for more stuff to make fun of. Talk about. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yes, thank you for joining us again, and we will see you next week.
Hopefully we will see you next week, and there won't be any surprise no-shows.
This episode of It's on Halifax was brought to you by Maladjusted Media and Oasis on Spring Garden Road.